Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial I want to show you how you can make the sweetest little petite table risers. Got glue strings everywhere. These are just these little wood pieces that you can get at Hobby Lobby and other craft stores too that have the little mitered edge. And this craft takes no time at all. So we're gonna do this other one right here. I'm gonna show you step by step. This would be great for the holidays if you have something you want to have elevated just a little bit. If you're setting out a buffet, you could put a candle on it. You could put a little vase with some flowers, knickknacks. And I chose gray and cream, just going with my decor. But of course, you could do any color combination that you would like. Okay, so what we're going to be using today is this stencil right here. It is called Mini Patterns Abstract Lines. This idea is something I have been asking for a while, and it's pretty new. I've only used it a couple times. I used it on those little zip pouches that I gave away. And this is the one that I used on this. We're going to be using this one on this. So let me start at the very beginning. Okay, first thing I did was I gave my piece like 1.5 coats of Waverly Plaster Chalk Acrylic No Prep paint from Walmart. Oh, and this is what these boards look like naked. This is a bigger one. They're never expensive, but they have this mitered edge. And these came from Hobby Lobby. I'm pretty sure these did too. So I gave it 2 coats. Now this one has some kind of defect on the top, so we'll see how that works or not. Then I let it dry. I will come back and paint the underneath because that bothers me when they're unfinished underneath for if I'm going to have them out with company. Anyway, so then I give it a quick sand. Just the top to make sure it was nice and smooth. And we are going to apply some wax because I want to talk to you about wood. Okay, wood is tricky to stencil. The reason why it's tricky is because wood has these little pores and things in it that want to suck in your medium and then spread it out. So you got to figure out a way to stop that from happening. And it doesn't matter whether your wood is natural, whether it's painted, or whether it's stained. It all seems to want to do that. It wants to pull in the chalk paste from your stencil and then make it fuzzy so you don't get a clear stencil impression. So there's 2 ways that you can stop that from happening. You can use a couple of coats, light coats of clear matte sealer spray. This is Rust-Oleum brand. I get this at Walmart. You have to do this outside. Or you can do a wax. And that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you. So both of those, just make it so that the wood can't suck in your chalk paste and make it super fuzzy. You also want to have a really smooth surface, which, like I said on this one, there is this one little imperfection, so I'm not sure how that's gonna work. But, okay, so when you're applying wax, you want to, and by the way, this is the Magnolia Design Company wax. It has no smell, which I've used other waxes that were super stinky. It dries clear. It's a paste type of thing. It's easy to work with. So one thing you wanna do is a very light amount of wax. So I'm going to apply this light amount of wax. Don't go heavy or you'll find sometimes that your chalk paste will not stick at all. Then I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm just going to buff it off really good. Okay, and we're going to use this one, this part, which I love these stencils. Okay, these are relatively new, and this is wood, so you want to fuzz your stencil. You can fuzz it on a fuzzing cloth like this, and then you can dry it off, pat it dry on the inside. Or you could fuzz it on a pair of jeans, something that's, you know, not a terry cloth bathrobe or something like that, something that doesn't have a ton of fibers. Okay, so then I'm going to just figure out exactly where I want this to be. I do want my lines to be going straight in the direction of the piece, and I'm just applying my stencil. If you have not worked with Magnolia stencils before, they are awesome. They're not like the stencils of the 1980s that are hard, thick plastic that are impossible to use, that you have to tape down. These are detailed mesh, like a silk screen, and they're adhesive. They have a little stretch. They're reusable many, 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 many times. Okay, and I am using this gray, what is it called? Cool gray chalk paste and a small cut apart squeegee. I'm just going to put my chalk paste on. It's going to be way too much. So I'm going to get it on the wood, and then I'm going to squeegee the excess off. And I'm not going to go over and over and over it too much, because that is when you have a tendency to push some of your medium underneath your stencil. Okay, so now I'm just going to use the flat side of the squeegee to pull up any excess. I'm really not sure what to expect for that area that has kind of like the ding or hole in it, but we'll find out. And then I'm going to put my lid back on my chalk paste pronto. So this is what it looks like. We're going to do the peel and the reveal, and I like to say squeal when I peel and reveal, and you can squeal by just pushing your thumb on the little heart button. So 1, 2, 3, this is what it looks like now. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. So I squeal if this looks interesting. Oh my gosh, this is super cute. Adorable. It's kind of modern. I don't know exactly how to describe that, but oh, look at all those hearts coming up. So I'm throwing my stencil face down in a little tub of water over here. This is what that looks like. Here's the other one. They're going to be super cute together. They're just petite little risers. And while this is drying, let's talk about feet and legs for a minute. And then we are going to use Lisa Ramsey's scrubby sponge technique to distress this. And if you haven't seen that before, you want to stay and watch it because it's really cool. Okay, there's tons of things that you can use to make feet and legs, including actual things that are meant to be used as feet and legs for elevated risers. I'm always on the lookout for something different. These are ornaments. Let me open my bag. These are ornaments that I got at the $3 section at Target. And the scale of these is way too big for this little petite riser. But I wanted just to show you. So what I would do is I would just unscrew this little cup hook, and then this could be an adorable little leg foot combo. So be on the lookout for things like that that are not really intended. For $3, I have enough for a whole table riser. And then at Hobby Lobby, they have all kinds of things that you can use as feet and legs, including these. This is a package. This is Woodpile brand, and these are meant to be people. But again, I'm thinking outside of the box, and if I put it on something like this, that would have to be a little bit bigger to have it make sense. it could be an adorable table riser. Oh, and by the way, I hope I won't forget, but when you're attaching your legs to a table riser, you're going to want to use a combination of both E6000 and hot glue. Just hot glue alone isn't really going to cut it. Okay, here's some other options. These are called ball knobs, and they look like an egg cup, sort of, but you could apply them like this or like this, either way. These are small. Here's another option. I always end up with like 3 or 2 left over, and there's not much you can do with that. These are just little balls that have a flat surface. I would just attach it with the glue and the hot glue. And then here's some bigger ones. These are candle cup pieces that you could do either this way or this way. Yeah, and then these are wheels. All of these things with this brand, Woodpile brand, are from Hobby Lobby in their wood section. This is a wheel. These look cute. You can get them in different sizes. So there's tons of different options. Just be on the lookout for what is a good deal. Because if you're using, you know, a little piece of wood that probably costs $1.49, then you don't want to have $8 worth of legs, okay? So let me get my little heating tool. We'll make sure that's good and dry. And then we'll flip it over and I'll show you the legs. And then we're going to come back, let me think. You know what? Yeah, then we'll come back and, I'm sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. I think we'll do this scrubby sponge first, but let me go ahead and dry it anyway so that just in case it's still a little bit wet, I don't want to smear that all over. Okay, Michelle, nobody stole your account, but the thing with Facebook is that you don't get closed captioning when the person is live doing the video. You only get closed captioning after the person's done. Then Facebook applies the closed captions, just so you know. So nothing's wrong. This is just how Facebook works. And I am so thankful that they do that for us, that they apply closed captioning. I have my Facebook account set up so that every video I do will have closed captioning on it after it's live, when it's on replay. Okay, so let's do the scrubby thing. And I am just gonna take a blob of this same chalk paste. And I'm gonna put it on my plate. I don't know that we'll use that much, maybe. And then this is a kitchen sponge that I've cut into smaller pieces. You want to get it wet and then squeeze as much of the water out of it as you can, just so that it'll be soft and pliable and not hard and stiff. And you're going to dip your little, the bristly, the scrubby part into some of your chalk paste. And I'm going to start here at the bottom, and I'm just going to kind of go there's so many different ways to get this look, but this one I think is the easiest. See, already? And this piece of wood, you know, it was like $1.49 or something. It is not very smooth. So it's really given me a hard time to grab this chalk paste. And I didn't spend a long time sanding it before I started this project. Oops. So you're just going to apply it. If you get too much on, you can use a wipe or a wet paper towel to take off the excess, because this is chalk paste and it will come off. Can you even believe how easy that is? Okay, so I did all the way around the bottom parts. Now I want to do, and this is beveled, so I want to do around this part, and I think I do need a little bit more. So this is the same chalk paste that I used to do the stencil. As you're hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. I love to see that. Okay, so now I've just dipped it in here again, and I'm going to go around the edge of the top of my piece. And I will get close-up pictures after I'm all finished, because it's hard to see. But it just, I think it just adds so much. Okay. All right, let's let that, you know, we're gonna dry it, because then we're gonna move on to the legs. And I need to flip it up over upside down. Make an adorable little gift for a friend, especially if you did a set. You know, get 2 small shapes for around $1.49 or something, I think is what I paid, and do both pieces from this stencil. Or you could use any other all over pattern stencil that you want. Let me grab some paper towels. Okay, on to the feet. So the feet that I selected for this one and for this one were a little package that I got several years ago at Walmart. I don't know if they still have them or not, but they're perfectly the right size. And this is how I painted them. I stuck them on the end of these paintbrushes, and then I just used a foam brush to paint them. And now we're going to distress them real quick. I'm going to use that same sponge. If you wanted to make a whole bunch of these, you could do like you know, them in a production mode of painting a whole bunch, then stenciling them, then distressing them with the sponge, then I'll do the legs at the same time, and yeah. This one's not wanting to stay on this paintbrush very much. Okay, good enough. And let me just quick dry these, and then we'll stick them on. They are probably dry already. Alrighty, so I'm going to do 4, and I'm going to do them kind of like in these corners where the edges are, whatever that's called, mitered, I think is the right word. Let's pull them off of our little paint brushes. I only did 1 coat of paint on them. Just to keep it super easy. Okay, so now when we're doing our gluing, here's what I have found. When I first started making these little food risers or table risers, I just used hot glue. And after a little while, if you kind of knock it, you might knock one leg off. And if you have food or something on there, it's gonna all come down. So it's just safer to use a combination of E6000 and then the quick stick of a hot gluing device. And you want to start with you want to put your E6000 on first. And I'm just gonna, it doesn't have to be a ton. And then I'm gonna just write kind of over the top and in the areas that don't have the E6000, I just put a little hot glue on there. So they'll immediately stick, and then they'll stay stuck. They'll immediately stick because of the hot glue, and they'll stay stuck because of the E6000. If you were going to use these on like a dining room table or something, you can get those little felt pads. They come in all different sizes. They even have them at Dollar Tree to put on the bottom of your feet so that you don't scratch your table or anything. But I'm going to just use these on my counters in the kitchen. So I'm just putting my E6000 on, and then I'm adding a little hot glue. And I want to tell you about the final step here. So let me get my glue closed. Okay, the final step that you're going to want to do is you are going to want to spray them with a clear matte sealer spray. You probably cannot use a liquid sealer because with chalk paste it can smudge the chalk paste. So that's why I recommend doing a clear matte sealer spray. I'm never going to want to take this chalk paste off. So I want it to be permanent. So that's what I'm going to do. But that being said, I still wouldn't put wet food or something on top of these, even after they've been sprayed. What do you guys think? Aren't they cute? And I was at Hobby Lobby just recently looking at these things. I got these for $3.99. I have another project that we'll be doing here very soon that involves decoupage. Anyways, they have all different shapes and sizes of these beveled wood pieces, and they're all super affordable. None of them are very great wood. That's the only thing. They're a little fuzzy. But if you take the time, you can sand them. And these these little things, they're ornaments that came from Target Dollar Spot. They were $3 for a set of 4. I just untwisted the little cup thing here. These would be great on this. Wouldn't that make a nice leg? So sometime, maybe tomorrow, we'll see what the day holds. I am going to dig out all of the table risers, excuse me, that I have made over the last 4 years. I bet you have at least 25, and I have all different combinations of legs and feet. So I'll pull those out possibly tomorrow and come live to show you that, to give you some ideas, and to get your creative juices flowing so you can be thinking about what is out there that you could use as a leg or a foot. So that was a project. I think they turned out pretty cute. I'm happy with them. I love this stencil. If you guys want links to anything that we used, to the stencil, to the chalk paste, or the wax, or my heat device, just say link in the comments and I'll be glad to grab that for you so that you don't have to go and hunt those items down. You can just go click on the link and pop over there to see what they are directly. So just let me know if you would like that. Look at all those hearts coming up. I love that. Thank you so much. So I hope I gave you some ideas. Oh, and thank you so much for the stars. I hope I gave you some ideas that you can use to make table risers in whatever size you might like. And I hope that you liked these little petite ones that we made today. I think they turned out pretty darn cute, if I don't say so myself. Alrighty, have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day, and be on the lookout for photos here in the comments as well as just on the DIY Dreaming page. Oh, thank you. You guys are so kind to me. Appreciate all the sweet comments. Alrighty. See you guys later. Have a wonderful day.